Hello, fellow math educators. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to make your worksheets a little bit easier for students in an e-learning environment. So this is a typical worksheet that I would give in Algebra 1. And so first of all, shout out to visualpatterns.org. That's where these pictures came from. They're really great if you're looking for patterns for students to kind of analyze and look for stuff. So start by checking them out, visualpatterns.org. But if you notice here, as I get past the first two questions, I have two columns of text. And this is really common in math worksheets. Maybe it's just me, but I like having two columns so that way I can have students work on either part of the page. I try and limit stuff to just one page, so that's how I do it. Now, when the students are doing this by hand, it's really easy for them just to write out their work. But if we're doing this in a digital environment, and they start typing, well, they're going to have to tab over and then start typing, and then it's just a mess. Now, if you're having them type answers to equations with all the steps, this can get ugly very, very quickly. So what we want to do is we want to make this easier for students to put in their answers so they're not just frustrated with typing in their work. So the easiest way you're going to do this is using the table feature inside of Google Docs. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to insert a table under this problem. And what I'm wanting them to do is type the explicit formula for these arithmetic sequences. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here to the insert button, and I'm going to go to table. And I'm going to make this a two-column table and just one row. So a two-column table with one row. And I'm going to put it directly below the problems. And this is where I'm going to have my students type in their work. So I'm going to do a little prompt. So explicit formula. And let's copy that so I don't have to retype that. So explicit formula. And so I'm showing my students that I want them to type their explicit formula directly in this box. And that's it. I've made it easier for my students to type in their work. So I'm going to go ahead and select this, and I'm just going to paste it below all of my two-column questions. Scoot that down just a little bit. There we go. So I'll type it below my two columns. And there we go. So I've made it easier for my students, and it took me 15 seconds for my students to type in their answer. So I've converted an older worksheet into something that can be done digitally, and hopefully I can alleviate student frustration. Now, if you want to, you can go ahead and put in a one column. So if I want to insert table a one by one, it'll just do a box. And I can do the same thing, explicit formula, and I've done the same thing. So that's how you can easily convert an old worksheet into a worksheet that can be done digitally and have an easy way for students to type answers. Best of luck.